got a bit of a quote that you said once is, when that left hook finds home.
I sense fear, I taste blood, and I taste victory. Of silence.
Do you think that every fighter needs to have a killer instinct, and do you still think the same way?
I want to go back to that. Man, that was some of those are like, sounds like it was scripted. This is stupid, man. It's stupid. See, when I go back and I look at some of the things I've done, I don't regret it, right? But I'm like, man, was that really me? I'm not trying to be anything, but I'm like, what? Seriously? Because for me, it was almost like I was under a spell in some respect. I'm not denying the fact, yeah, that is me. But I'm hearing these things. I suppose what I'm trying to say is where I'm at in my life, I'm happy. And I'm looking back, I'm like, oh, I said that stuff, man. But I guess to have I think in life in general, killer instinct is not a bad thing. It's a good thing. Killer instinct can mean go get it. Hey, it's like, you know, if you go for a job interview and they say no, keep going, keep knocking. Hey, keep knocking. Sooner or later, somebody's gonna open up the door.
Yeah.
So I think that's how I would refer to having a killer instinct. Yeah, absolutely. I think not just in the sport, any sport, but in life too. Hey.
Was it scripted at the time, or was that just the mindset you were in?
I have no.
Did someone tell you, Tua, you gotta look really
I have no idea. Like, once again, I'm not gonna blame no one because it was me that said it. But honestly, because there was a lot of things I haven't sort of watched since the fight. Even the Lewis fight, I haven't sort of really watched it properly. You know, because for me, it wasn't so much that I deny the fact that it didn't happen. But when I looked at that, I think it was a documentary that they did. And I'm looking at some of the things that I was saying, I was like, man, that's terrible. No, seriously, that's terrible. So, yeah, it was a time and a place. And if I am to go back and, will I change it? No, I won't, because I look at it and I'm like, you know what, for what had happened, I'm happy with where I'm at today and knowing where I'm at and how I sort of look at life differently than what I was.
Having that killer instinct, as you said, can take many forms, and one is not letting anything stop you. I know you had a bit of a experience before the John Ruiz fight that could have stopped a lot of people in their tracks.
Yeah, so during that camp, my left elbow was sore. So I said to Lou, I said, it's really bothering me. So he says, oh, cool, let's go see the doctor. So we went to see the doctor, and we did a few checks and stuff, and then it was still sore. And then he said, oh, why don't you just have an x-ray? So we checked, and then we got it back, and we got called into the doctor's office, and he says, bit of problem, bit of bad news. And Luke says, what do you mean bad news? He says, there's a hairline fracture on your left elbow. I was like, so what does that mean? And the guy says, oh, probably gonna take you at least a month or two to heal. So I said, no, seriously, what does that mean? So it means I can't fight? And maybe a week or two before the fight. And then the guy says, yeah, you can't fight. I said, no, I gotta fight. Because the reason why so this is my first fight. It was the first time I was fighting for a belt. It's for a title. Now I remember in the amateurs. So we went to the nationals, and I remember my amateur coach at the time, Cameron Todd, says to me, so you see that big belt? I says, yeah, that's the heavyweight belt. I was like, oh yeah, cool. I said, yeah, that's right, I'm going for that belt. So I was like, cool. So then anyway, so long story short, I I won the championship. But I was standing in the ring. I was waiting for the belt, and they gave me a shield, right? And then I gave the shield to the coach, and I was still standing. And they gave me a medal, and they gave me a certificate, and I gave it to the coach. And I was waiting, and the referee came and goes, well, "What are you waiting for?" I said, "I'm waiting for the belt." He goes, "What belt?" I said, "That big belt." He goes, "That's not for you." That's not for you. I said, well, "What do you mean?" "That's for the Jemison. That's the Jemison belt, the most scientific." I'm like, "Why, coach shit? That's for the heavyweight belt." This is why you would have lied to you just to get you to fight well. So I remember how devastated I was, man. So it was the same sort of feeling. Even though I was in the pro, I still sort of had that emotion attached, to when I was an amateur. So when they told me I wasn't gonna fight, I said, "No, I'm fighting." So long story short, you know what happened.
Hard left hand by Tua. Ruiz is rocked in the first 20 seconds of the bout. Down goes Ruiz. He takes a vicious left hand shot on the way down, and it's unlikely he'll be getting up, and Tony Perez says enough.
So I fought with an injury anyways.
Almost killed him.
Yeah, but it was a lift hook anyway. So, but it wasn't so much the fight. It was about the belt. It was the belt thing. So yeah.
Would you recommend people check out Rice Coconut Lunch so they like and subscribe?
Check out Rice Cocoa Rice, man. Rice Cocoa Rice. Rice Cocoa Rice. They're the best.
Different channel.
Different channel.
Rice Coconut Life. You.
Oh, Rice.
Rice Coconut Life.
Oh, Rice Coconut Live. Live?
Live.
Live, yeah. Rice Coconut Live. Right?
Sweet, thank you.
Thank you,
Appreciate
guys.
it.
Over awesome, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time and sitting down with us today. Really appreciate
Appreciate
it.
Pleasure. That was cool.
Sweet, thanks man.
All right,
Thank you very
man.
much. Thank you for your time.
Legend.